You know, when you just said then, you was like, I can confirm their lips have locked. I was like, no, how have you just done that to me just as I'm about to walk in? I'm like, getting a hot flush. I'm like, stop
it was on social media or something. Didn't you go to Winter Wonderland? There was a big group of you. Obviously, Vicky went, because she was here before she went. She was on the show and told us you were going. So obviously you've seen each other.
Yeah, we've seen each other loads since we've been back.
But the smooch, was there tongues or not?
Oh, Linda!
That's a question that I would ask. No, there was no tongues. It was kind of like a Christmas peck, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, we've seen each other since we've been back. It's funny because you spend so much time with people in there that when I got back, I had like serious like separation anxiety from him, and I just wanted to see him and Vicky. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But when you look at him, do you think brother, sister, or boyfriend, girlfriend?
Look, I'm going to be honest. I look at him as my friend, and I love him a lot. I've got a lot of love for him, and there was an attraction there. But honestly, we've spent so much time, and I think he'd probably say the same. I love him as a friend.
Yeah. Do you think there is something about, and you'd know this, Linda, because obviously you were in the jungle, about you're under that intense microscope and you're all thrown together, that relationships are so magnified and so intense. And when you're in the real world, they can kind of settle down and become what they're going to become.
Totally. Your relationships in there are accelerated, so you're living kind of with each other 24/7 on top of each other, and it is, you know, very intense. And you do build really close bonds with people in there, and that's why, you know, me and George got so close. But I think the British public is and everyone is always looking for that romance. You know, you're going to be who's going to get together, and me and George were just, you know, there was a bit, I call it flanter, a bit of flirty banter going on. Of course, like, he's very easy on the eye. He's a gorgeous guy, and he's lovely. So,
So it's all good.
It's all good. It's all good.
I loved it. I watched the whole series, and what I loved about it was you young ones, which makes me feel like 120. You know, you were the calming influence. You were just dead level-headed, and it was all the old gits, you know, that were getting kind of irritated about stuff, and you lot were just so
chilled. It's funny because everyone, I guess with me and Vicky especially, expected us to kind of come in and mix it up and be like really like confrontational.
I think that's why they put the two of you in there.
Exactly.
It's just so awful the way that we do that. We put women together and then want them to fight.
Totally.
I was so pleased that you got on and you bonded well and you had great female conversations. And just went against what everyone was sort of baying, the baying crowd.
Totally. I feel so lucky to have had Vicky in there because she was like, it's funny, you get your best friends in there, and after like 2 days of you saying about your relationships are so intense and close, like after 2 days I was like, I love you. Just so glad I've met you. But yeah, we got on like a house on fire, and it's funny because I think everyone expected us to literally, you know, bash heads. But yeah, it's funny, us young ones were keeping it. We stayed out of all the drama, just let it all unfold.
To be fair, you stayed level-headed through thick and thin and some fairly horrendous things. Now, I'm surprised you didn't hear me screaming from Australia when you did that. You know what I'm going to ask, don't you?
Andrew, I was just thinking, it's Christmas time. Has she had any mince spider?
Mince spider. The thing that got me when you ate that spider, when we're not actually allowed to show it because it was so gruesome, was the fact that it looked like a normal nasty house spider that you get in the house. And I think that was what freaked me out, because cockroaches and witchetty grubs, you think, well, I'm never going to come around them. If I get a spider on my wall in the house, putting it in a glass, swirling it around a little bit and chucking it down is not going to happen.
No, it was horrific. I don't know. I feel like it was my last kind of challenge and trial of my whole experience, and I just thought, well, I might as well complete it because I've done everything so far. But you know, it wasn't nice. The witchetty grub wasn't nice. The panic pit laying in the pit
was the scariest thing ever. Oh my God.
Ladies, it was horrendous. I didn't like the trials. Like, our camp ate really well because they was always like, yeah, we're up for the trials, and they gave it their best shot. I gave it my best shot, but I hated them.
You did more than your best shot. You were amazing. Didn't she do?